So Jesus is being asked to teach us how to pray. And we say this prayer all the time. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver, something like that, right? We rattle it off, but what does it really mean? To understand what it really means, you have to understand where Jesus is and where he's going in today's gospel. He's headed to Jerusalem. What's going to happen in Jerusalem? Who knows the story? What's going to happen in Jerusalem? It's not good to start out with. He's going there to die for us. He's going there to take all the ugliness, all the hatred, everything that the world has that is not of God. He's going to take it on himself and nail it to a cross and transform it. Even death itself, he's going to swallow up in his love and mercy on the cross. So when he's teaching us, you have to understand he's on his way. So he says, our Father. Just stop and think. He's saying to us that God is like a father that loves you even more than you can possibly imagine, even more than your mom and dad love you. You see, we call God Father not because he reminds us of our dads, but because dads are supposed to remind us of God the Father. You see, and then he says, hallowed be thy name. That he's not just our Father like here, but he's also the God of the whole universe, who knows everything about you, cares about the most intimate details, and also knows the number of the stars in the world. He's the God of the cosmic and the God of the subatomic. Hallowed be thy name, thy will be done. That's what he's on his way. The prayer is telling us that this is who Jesus is. He's doing the will of the Father to save you and me. And that's an important thing to remember. The Father's will, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You see, Jesus is both God and man. He's bringing heaven and earth together in his very self. On earth as it is in heaven is talking about who he is. Full God, full man. Give us this day our daily bread. What is Jesus going to give us? Daily bread, but the Eucharist, so that he will feed us every single step of the way. This prayer is telling us all we need to know about our faith. Our daily bread, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those. You know what that means? He means that he wants us to experience his mercy and love and forgiveness and share that with others. It's not just like going to confession, which is awesome, and I'm glad that Father Chris had that. But it's believing that you are a child of God, the way you are intended from all eternity, not to be like anybody else. Your unique DNA is who God's calling you to be. And that's his mercy, to know that you are precious. Every hair on the head is counted, that he intended you. And so if you don't look in the mirror and say, I'm a child of God, if you look and you say, oh, I don't really like who I am, then you haven't experienced the God who has called you from the beginning of time to be his son, to be his daughter, to help change the world in the gifts that you only have. It says, lead us not into temptation. That means, Lord, keep me in the way of your will and deliver me from all evil. That's what Jesus is here to do, to scoop us up. And then you say, wait a second. Okay, I pray this prayer all the time. I pray for things to happen. But you know what? What happens when God doesn't seem to answer my prayers? What is it that happens when I ask him for something? Maybe somebody I really loved and they were sick and they didn't survive. How is Jesus telling us to be persistent, like a guy knocking on the door, and then it feels like he's not opening the door for us? Well, there's a very important thing to remember. God never says no. Hear that? Repeat that to me. God never says what? You know what he says? He says either yes or I've got something better. He never says no. He only says yes or I've got something better for you. So what might feel like a no is my will being done, not his will being done. God, who knows all things, knows what is best and brings joy to you even better than you and I can possibly know. So you knock and you knock and you knock, and the idea is that it's not my will be done, but thy will be done. Lord, help change my heart so I can understand what's going to bring me the greatest joy, what's going to be the best for the people in my life that I'm praying for. Because God never says what? He always says yes, or I've got something better for you. So let's keep praying. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to say our prayers to the faithful after we say our creed.